Don't know if I'm cut out for the luxury lifestyle. It's crazy that there was a time that this wasn't here at all. Honestly, in this sort of place, you can't really complain about being stuck inside all day.
A few days ago, we caught the bus from the intense humidity of Cartagena all the way down to the temperate city of Eternal Spring. The weather change was great, but we didn't stop there. Yesterday, we hopped on another bus that took us 2 hours east and then on one of the most beautiful and scenic pontoon rides of our lives to get ourselves here in Guatape. We are spending 2 nights here to relax and unwind before we go out and explore this town. We specifically chose this hotel because of its location, perched on a land-tied island overlooking one of the man-made lakes of Guatape. This is what a day looks like here.
We are starting the morning with something I don't think we've ever done this before. So there is a restaurant here, a very beautiful restaurant, but for no extra cost, you can get any of the food you want delivered to your room, and breakfast is included. So it's time to look at the menu, and then we just WhatsApp them.
That's what I really love about this place, the WhatsApp abilities. It's like a direct connection straight to your hotel reception. Any questions you want to ask. When we first got in there, we said, how do we get water? And they said, all the taps are safe to drink. And that's just so handy without having to go up the hill and talk to them. You just text them. That's pretty VIP.
Feels so luxurious even though it's just a text message.
So luxurious. We don't have to leave the room at all.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Spend as much time in the room as possible.
How could you not? Tell me why that was like the most awkward thing in the world. Like, why does it feel so awkward? I guess because I'm in bed.
Yeah.
Someone's in the room like serving me. Feels a bit too... Feels very uncomfortable and unusual for me. But wow. Out of the robe and out of bed for the day. And they asked if we wanted the room cleaned, which is something we don't normally take hotels up on just because we don't care that much whether or not the bed's made or whether or not the room's clean. Like, it's our mess that we're living in. Since we're sort of leaning into like the luxury of this whole hotel, we thought we'd take them up on it today. But I've just realized that we're doing this thing and we can't be the only ones that do this. We are running around now cleaning up for the cleaner for when they get here. Like, I always just feel like I can't leave it that messy. It's another thing that makes me feel a bit awkward. Don't know if I'm cut out for the luxury lifestyle.
Another positive about having the room clean is it gives us time to find a place to play with the drone. Guatape is one of the most visited tourist destinations in all of Colombia. And back in the 1970s, an area larger than 5,000 acres was intentionally flooded. They did this because they needed to provide water and electricity to the nearby mega city Medellin. A byproduct of that flooding was to create one of the most beautiful landscapes in the entire country. The water turned this entire region into a must-see attraction for both tourists and locals. It wasn't without its downsides though. The flooding actually displaced an entire town called Peñol, and that's completely underwater now. The only thing you can see is a church steeple sticking out of the middle of a lake. After the flooding, a bunch of these unique accommodations where you're sitting perched on the mountaintop looking over the lakes, cropped up everywhere, and rumor has it that the Escobar family owns a lot of them. I think it's more private houses than resorts. It also turned this region and this lake into one of the main water sport capitals of all of Colombia. They do like kayak races and paddleboarding, and this hotel itself lets you do kayaks and paddleboarding. We were going to take them out right now, but you have to reserve them. We missed our spot. Next time.
It's such a pretty atmosphere to have these awesome, unique accommodations because your view is just out on the lakes and it's so peaceful. I had no idea that this was man-made. It makes looking out on it like weird. It's crazy that there was a time that this wasn't here at all. Now it's like jet skis and water sports and pontoons. Normally to get to this hotel, there's actually a road that you can get a moto taxi up, but they're redoing it at the moment. So we got to take the pontoon over on the lakes and driving through all of the canals, going past all of these man-made islands to finally arrive here in this beautiful accommodation, which we'll show you around now. The weather has turned on us. It says 10% now.
10%?
Yeah.
Chance of rain?
Yeah.
I think it's more.
We are here during rainy season, which I would say our favourite time of year to travel places is the shoulder season, so we're quite used to this happening to us. And honestly, in this sort of place, you can't really complain about being stuck inside all day. This is the kitchen, which I am super surprised we have. It is like a full functioning kitchen. You have a cooktop, a mini bar, which is chock-a-block full of things that you can buy, and everything you could ever need, including running water that you can actually drink, which is just so nice not having to worry about it. There is also a kettle. Normally I wouldn't point out that we have a kettle, but nowhere we have stayed in Colombia seems to have one. First world problems, but it's really nice. Everything in here is very like modern industrial, and the finishings on everything is done immaculately, including like the light fixtures. They're just all so quaint. Next is the bedroom. Oh, we also have a lot more stuff you can buy, like wine and snacks. This is the big cozy bed. It is so comfy and nice. On either side of the bed there are 2 outlets and 2 USB ports, so you are connected the entire time. We also have nice cozy robes, which I can't wait to get back into. Other than that, definitely the best thing is that you can lay in bed, use the remote control to open up the blinds, and you just look out to the lake. I think we got one of the really good rooms. Like, our view is just incredible, plus it feels really private, which I haven't stayed in any of the other rooms, so I couldn't say, but I feel like we got a winner. To enjoy the view, you can also lounge in these chairs, but in all honesty, we've used these like once because the bed's right there. All of the modern industrial architecture continues on into the bathroom. Ding. I really enjoy that they've put like the sink separate to the shower and the toilet, because it means I can brush my teeth or Jordan's in there having a shower or whatever's going on. So because we got the room made up, we got fresh towels, which is really nice, and the hot water here is mwah. I don't know if this is common, but our Palomino, Cartagena and Santa Marta accommodations didn't have hot water. Like, there was one tap and it was the cold tap. So I haven't had a hot shower in what feels like a long time, and this one is actually hot enough for me. I like to come out a bit red. Speaking of, this is the shower. Not much to it, it's a nice rainwater shower. I know at our last unique accommodation I said it was one of my favorite showers we'd ever had. This has one feature that is better than that bathroom, and that is the fact that this window opens. It's so nice having this hot shower and the cold breeze coming through. It's also really nice. You can tell we're at like a luxury place because we have all of the shampoo, conditioner and body wash, which again, I feel like we've gone without because we're trying to be budget friendly and go to hostels. The only other space is the patio. It's not too bad. So there is 2 lounge chairs, a fireplace, which at night time they come around and ask you if you want it set up. Like, you don't even have to touch that. Someone comes around and sets it up for you. How nice is that? Which is quite good because Jordan's not the best at starting a But the winner of the patio is that every single room has a spa bath jacuzzi kind of thing. It's closer to a spa bath in my mind. It's really nice because you both lay next to each other and get to look out at the view. We stayed in there last night for so long, had a couple of beers, the fire was going, and we were just watching these thunderstorms roll in. It was scary but beautiful. But it's raining, so let's Go back inside. So we were going to try and get the kayaks or go paddle boarding or something to spend some of the hours doing that. But honestly, I don't really want to go kayaking while it's raining. If you haven't done a unique accommodation as a way to travel yet, I would highly recommend it because this is one of our favorite ways to travel, and it also makes us just stop and take a minute, and the days go so quickly. Like somehow the hours have already gone by that we're gonna have to start thinking about ordering dinner. Can I put my bathrobe on now?
See.
Oh, do you want another coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. You can make that while I put my bathrobe on.
Okay. I wish I could say that the time between filming we spend relaxing and reading books and like sunbathing, but to be honest, almost all of it is spent on the laptops trying to make this channel and what we do into a full-time thing. We're either looking at the videos on YouTube, writing blog posts, posting on Instagram, doing whatever it is that we can do to kind of share our experience and ultimately make this sustainable. It's not very fun to watch, but here you go anyway. I don't know how we spent so many hours working just then.
Me either. It went so
4 hours.
Yeah.
It is only the afternoon, let's be honest, but we like to eat early and then we can enjoy the spa bath.
Also, we just watched our friend Sammy and Tommy's food tour in Romania and it made us very hungry.
Yeah.
What do you feel like?
Romanian food?
Just wondering if now's a good time to open the wine.
Yeah.
I thought you threw it at me and jumped.
Should we do this more cinematic?
Probably.
Love that they just bring it to you.
I love that it doesn't cost anything extra.
Dinner was actually delicious. It looked really good on the menu and often things aren't living up to our expectations, but that one did. It was a really delicious burger. There's one more thing to do, and that is to get in this jacuzzi and watch the sun go down. Now that we're all bloated.
Yeah. Maybe just live and Barry.
And that is utilize this jacuzzi. What? And that is watch the sun go down.